Thank you, Coach. The week I watched a man get shot in West Oakland, where I worked as a camp counselor for 2 summers, started with a comment from my favorite camper. Kason, a 6-year-old Filipino boy whose sweetness sometimes moved me to tears, told us during Monday check-in at Vincent Academy, a charter school and summer camp, that he'd be moving. Oakland is a bad place with good people, he told us. His comment stuck with me for the rest of that week. But at the time, I just nodded and moved on to the next camper. Danico, who had trouble sitting still, told us his bike had been stolen. His grandfather had promised him a new one if he could behave well that week. That's a good goal, I told him, and check-in was over. The week continued like any other. I played games with my kids, took them swimming, laughed at their jokes, but Danico wasn't having a good week. On Friday, when I passed out behavior reports, he had only a 6 out of 10. He started to cry. "I can't do it," he said, burying his head into his arms. The other kids were quiet for a moment. Then Kason spoke up. "I believe in you, Danico," he said. "I know you can do it." The kids looked at Kason, they looked at Danico, and then one after the other. They said they believed in him too. I biked my way to Bart that night, thinking about Kason's big heart. Suddenly, a man on a bike cut in front of me. I heard noises like banging on sheet metal, and saw another man on my left fall. The guy on his bike fired 4 more shots, and then turned around and rode off. I froze. I couldn't pedal or even breathe. The street flooded with people who cried and screamed, and a red puddle spread around the man curled up on the side of the road. It looked like he was sleeping, and I kept hoping the screaming would wake him up. "So they got another one?" said a woman who had stopped where I stood in the street. We watched the police arrive without saying anything else. Then I got on my bike and rode the 2 blocks to Bart. That night, and for many nights after, I couldn't get the image of the dying man out of my head. The next day, the newspaper mentioned the shooting on the back page in an article totaling 3 sentences. The victim wasn't even named. I decided to return to the site to pay my respects. What I found was amazing. The concrete sidewalk stained with blood had become a shrine filled with flowers, bottles, and pictures. I asked the other people there what kind of person he was. "Not much older than you," they told me. "He loved his family and liked a good time." We were all really sorry. That summer made me think a little differently. Who knows why that man, a guy not much older than I am, was murdered. He didn't even get a name in the story write-up. But because I got the chance to work with the kids in his neighborhood, I didn't see him as a gang member or a potential troublemaker. I saw him as Kason or Danico, who didn't have the same chance to do something different with his life. It broke my heart. And looking back on that summer, I see now one benefit we gave those kids. Putting them on a team gave them the opportunity to make good choices. I get why the school administrators did that. If there's one thing I've learned on the basketball court and lacrosse field, it's that belonging to a team is one of life's great joys. Being a member of a team often brings out the best in us. It gives us a chance to focus on how to support each other, see the best in each other, and rally around each other. I returned the next summer, last summer, as head counselor. I managed the counselors and bonded with my kids, though Kason was not among them. He had moved, but not before inspiring Danico and all of us to believe in ourselves. The week after Kason had spoken up for his friend and I'd seen a man killed, Danico earned a 9 for behavior. He got his bike. Thank you.